Headquarters, Battery One Source, located at 2680
Much time do we have?
Frontage Road, or call 601-693-1500.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or...
is in memory of those who died almost 20 years ago on September 11th. And also in memory of our very own Cade Sharon. And if you'll notice, his initials are on about the 32-yard line on either end of the field. Captains for the Rockets tonight, number 92 is Brayton Gibson. Number 51 is Jalen Brazel. Number 14 is Grayson Fulton. And number 46, Jeshawn Mathis. For West Lauderdale tonight, the captains are number 12, Dylan Williamson. Number 54, Lane Williams. Number 55, Logan Johnson. Number 62, Eli Bates. The rest of the senior class are honorary captains. Neshoba Central won the toss and have declined for their option in the second half. So West Lauderdale will take the opening kickoff and they'll defend the east goal.
Well, I have nowhere to sit.
Boy, sir, it could be tough. Come on, just one.
I'm to the right of the porch.
I got you. I got you.
Here they come. West Lauderdale.
Look, y'all gonna have to get down there. There's not no Girls, y'all come down here.
What do you say, folks? Are you ready for some football? Presby deep for West Lauderdale Knights. Hunter Bavetta is lining up to kick off for the Rockets.
Fall down on the football, and
mishap on the kickoff return, and now the mishap on the first offensive play have the Knights in a hole here. Second down 17 from their own 14-yard line. Jackson Parker rolls. Jackson trying to find somewhere to go, and he breaks a few tackles, 10, 15, and gets up about 2 or 3 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage. Back and say, inside 5-yard line.
There were 2 guys running the goal line reading this side. Probably in the second, the remaining 2 offensive starters and Jackson Parker starting to play
J.J. Grant putting up 202 yards in last week's football game. Jackson Parker trying to do a little hard count to draw the Rockets off sides, but no go. They stay the ground. Jackson looks over to the bench and gets the play. Jackson looking to throw. Having to get rid of it. J.J. Grant shoots his intended receiver, so that will put our punting situation, punting formation, into the football game behind the 20. You never want to be punting inside your own 20.
Just short of a turnover. This is about the worst offensive start we could have hoped for tonight. But keep in mind, last week, we drove it all the way down the field, got it down to first and goal from the 3, and got nothing out of it. So punting from the 3, turnover on downs, no points is no points, and we pulled it out last week.
10:25 remains in the first quarter, no score. Once again, this is West Lauderdale's opening drive. Brett Busby, punting, sends the punt returner for the Neshoba Central to the opposite side of the football field, and it may be coming back a little bit. He does get across the 50 and into Knight territory around the 46, but there is a flag that's thrown around the 39-yard line, and usually, I'm going to say this, usually in that situation where that flag was thrown, it's going to be either blocking the back or holding.
Well, Lee, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot. I was going to call a block in the back. That's what I thought I saw, and that's definitely what the white hat just called, so it's coming back.
So instead of having the football in Knight territory on the Knight 46-yard line, they're going to be pinned a little further back in their own territory on their own 29.
While we have a second as the Knights get ready to start on defense, I'm going to give you their starters real quick. Defensive lineman, you've got 79, Chris Griffith, 38, Mond Cole, 62, Eli Bates, and 39, Peyton Coleman. Your linebackers are number 8, Jordan Galley, number 12, Dylan Williamson, number 14, Carson Smith, and number 17, Braden Epting. Your defensive backs are number 6, Jordan Nix, number 3, Dylan Brown, and number 24, Jet Calvert.
All right, Eli Anderson is your quarterback for the Neshoba Central Rockets. He'll send number 8 in motion, and a little swing out pass to him. He's up to the 30, to the 35, gets brought down by a host of Knights around the 36-yard line. Couple flags comes in the football game here as well. One's around the 35, one's around the 43. So not sure if there were 2 different fouls on that, but that number 8 was Janalen Dupree, son. You all know the name Dupree. Think of Marcus.
And they are calling a face mask against West Lauderdale, so that's going to add an additional 15 yards to the end of that catch.
Bring them up to the 40-yard line of their own. 3 receivers to that far side for the Neshoba Central Rockets, 2 to this side. Empty backfield. Pin your ears back, defensive line, right? Eli Anderson, quarterback, shoots it out to his right-hand side to number 1, Bryson Spencer. He goes off to that far side of the 45 near midfield. He's going to be about 2 yards, maybe a yard shy of another first down for the Rockets. And this is a high-powered offense for Eli Anderson, who mainly stayed on the ground last year due to Jarquez Hunter, Auburn signee. Now they are relying more heavier on the pass.
Well, what we see out of West Lauderdale, as opposed to last week, they're starting off on a 4-4 defense, which leaves them with just 3 defensive backs on the field at the very, or they were at least, and they were kind of getting picked apart, but it looks like they're making some adjustments, and I look forward to seeing how this goes.
Eli Anderson rolls out, actually, quarterback keeper. He's got wide open field, 45-40, 35-30, cuts inside and goes, gets a little bit, few extra yards, down near the 20-yard line. Eli Anderson, once again, the quarterback for the Neshoba Central Rockets, senior quarterback, 6'2", nearly 200 pounds. He can move, too.
Absolutely. We had a zone read where the quarterback had the option of whether or not to keep the ball or hand it off to his running back. He opted to keep it, and obviously it was the right call as he was able to pick up major yardage and get deep into the Knight territory.
So first down and 10 on the Knight 22-yard line. Once again, no score, 8:44 remaining here in the first quarter as we look at our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. Eli Anderson has two receivers to this near-hand side, shoots it out to number 8, Dupree. He's up to the 20, inside the 20 to around the 16-yard line.
Man, just in this game, still very early on, but we've seen multiple screen passes, wide receiver screens out, trying to get the ball in open field in number 8's hands, and so far it seems to be working to their advantage.
Let's get Janalen Dupree, wide left. Bryson Spencer in the slot to this left-hand side. The Rockets are moving right to left on your radio. Give a handoff to number 40 for the Rockets. Going to get a first down, or at least near the sticks. Number 40, that being Xander Kirkland.
Looks like they're calling a timeout, maybe for a measurement.
They're saying first down.
Yep, moving the chains. First and 10 for Neshoba for the Rockets.
7:54 remaining here in the first quarter. Once again, no score. First and 10 for the Rockets, threatening here in the early moments of the game. West Lauderdale had the ball first as they lost the Knights coin toss, received for the first half. Just a couple of mishaps, pinned them deep in their own territory. Rockets now on the move and threatening here. First down and 10 from the Knight 12. Handoff goes to, I couldn't get his number 40. Was that number 40 again?
Yeah, Kirkland again with the handoff. Gets him down to about the 6-yard line.
Rockets are right back on the line of scrimmage. They're not allowing any subs here. Any fresh black jerseys. The Knights are wearing all black on black on black, while the Rockets white helmet, blue logo, and white jersey and red pants here. Eli Anderson looking to pass. Rolls out to his left, being flushed in the pocket, gets rid of it, and almost picked off. Number 17 comes up big for the Knights. That is Braden Epting, star DB for the Knights defense and star shortstop. If you ever seen him play baseball right across the way here at West Lauderdale.
Did an outstanding job jumping that route. He was waiting on it. The ball, was not able to bring it down. Did everything right except for the catch. Great job there.
I would have been surprised if he made the catch. I don't know if you look closely to Braden Epting. He's got a cast on his right hand.
I saw that, and it would have been an easy catch for someone with 2 good arms. I mean, it was cross body. He was diving across in front of the receiver. Great play.
Timeout. Neshoba Central will come back with this third down and 3 play with 6:57 left here in the first quarter. No score on our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. This is Q101.
Time for kickoff. Illegal substitution. That's going to back them up 5, make it a 3rd and 8.
Again, Rockets did call for a timeout. That's just mental right there.
Absolutely, and your quarterback Eli Anderson, I believe, noticed it immediately. Anderson and sent
too
out,
late.
Yeah, they had an extra offensive lineman, 12 men, and at that point it was over. It was done.
It's third down and 8.
From the
5 receivers to the right, 2 to this left as the Rockets moving right to left. Looks left as Eli Anderson looks back to center and looks back to the right. And he may run with the ball, and he gets taken down at around the 4-yard line. It would not have been a first down, but there are flags.
What you're going to have here is a very interesting decision for Coach Brock. He's going to have a holding call against the offensive lineman. So do we want to back him up another 10, maybe try to take field goal out of place, or make it 4th and 3, 4th and 4?
It would be from the 10-yard line, so it would back them up to the 20. which would make
No, they're calling it chop block.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's a 15-yard, if I'm not mistaken.
It would be better for him.
Still, it would have been 4th down in about a yard and a half or so.
Absolutely. It looks like they're going to back them up.
But the way that Neshoba was going against the defense as far as getting those positive yards just about each and every play, I think you're doing the right thing if you had the chance to decline it. I think you have to push them back.
Absolutely. You know, they've been pretty effective up until the last play, at least, or the last 2 plays, at moving the ball down the field. So now we've got 3rd and long.
3rd and about 19 for Eli Anderson and the Rockets. Once again, 5 receivers set, 2 on the right, 3 on the left. Looks left, and he will actually make the connection, and he is down to the 5, and it is 1st down. Can you believe that? Eli Anderson connects with I don't know if it was a screen or what, but he was left wide open and open field, and somehow we did bring him down before he crossed that goal line. But it is going to be 1st down and goal from just on the outside of the 1-yard line.
Outstanding job by Anderson, by the quarterback. Made the completion with a knife wrapped around his ankles. He was all the way going down and was able to complete the pass. So what's that? We got 1st and goal from about the 1.5 yard.
1st and goal from about you said it. 6:28 remaining here in the 1st quarter. No score. We did start early tonight, about 10 minutes early. So that's the reason if you're just now tuning in and, hey, wait a minute, the game was just supposed to start. No, Knights have already had a drive that couldn't get things going, and Neshoba Central on their 1st drive, eating up a lot of this 1st quarter clock. Eli Anderson taking a run himself, and he will squeeze into this pylon on this side and get in for a score for the Neshoba Central Rockets. So with 6:04 remaining, Neshoba Central Rockets score first.
Bringing the extra point team out. Number 29 again, still doing the kicking. That's Hunter Bavetta, ready to kick the extra point.
There's a snap, holds down, kick is up, plenty of leg. Kicks it actually over the net and is good. Once again on our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard with 6:04 remaining in the 1st. West Lauderdale 0, Neshoba Central 7. We'll be back on Q101.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
In Meridian, talk to State Farm agent Chris McDonald today.
First quarter, just under 6 minutes left. Knights on their 2nd drive. First drive, not so pretty. But you got that out of the way.
Absolutely.
Can't be thinking about that.
You know, got maybe a few jitters for the opening home game. Got that out of the way. Looking forward to see what we're going to do on this drive.
First down and 10 on your own 15, though. We saw the Neshoba Central Rockets score from 1 yard out. J.J. Grant getting the handoff, and J.J. somehow gets out of the backfield and turns up for about 7 or 8 yards. How did he come free out of that backfield?
That is one of those. They had him stop maybe a yard behind the line. He manages to break like 2 or 3 tackles and turns it into a solid 7-yard gain.
Wow.
Let's make it 2nd and 3 from the 22-yard line.
2 receivers this near side is Busby and Vaughn. And once again, give it to the bell cow. He gets a first down and more. It's up to the 30-yard line, excuse me. J.J. Grant, about a 7-8-yard pickup. That'll be enough, well enough for a first down.
He's doing an outstanding job. I don't know if you've noticed the last 2 runs, he's made some good, impressive cuts, finding the hole where it is and picking up positive yardage.
Once again, the Knights all dressed in black tonight. Cooper Luke in the slot to this near side. Brett Busby wide right. Jackson Parker, quarterback. JJ to his left. Parker going to be a quarterback keeper, and Parker's hit hard. Stood up really hard after about a 2, maybe 3-yard pickup.
I'm not sure if that was a zone read or a quarterback draw all the way, but did a good job picking up the yards where they were. You're going to make it 2nd and 8.
This is what you have to do against Neshoba. You're going to have to take control of the football game, take control of the clock, and just take those 2, 3, 4, and hey, you may bust a 7 or 8-yard pickup every once in a while, just to keep that ball going, keep the clock going, excuse me, and out of the hands of the explosive offense of Eli Anderson and the Neshoba Central Rockets. Parker rolling out right, throws right, and almost picked off. Actually, it was almost caught, and then it was almost picked off. Intended receiver number 22, Cooper Luke, but number 5 in there from the Neshoba Central Rockets, Elijah Ruffin, almost comes up big with that one as well.
Yeah, Ruffin with good coverage. 22, like you were talking about, Cooper Luke did a great job on the route, and the ball was there. He just wasn't quite able to bring it down.
So 3rd down and 8 for the Knights. A little substitution here. 3 receivers on the football field for Jackson Parker. Once again on their own 32-yard line. Parker looks right, throws right. Brett Busby with the connection. That's a first down, 45-yard line. Hang on to that football. They're going after it. He come down around the 47-yard line. Busby went up. He had to climb the ladder to get that one.
I was going to say, what you saw there was your quarterback, Jackson Parker, throwing it to where only his guy was going to be able to bring it down, and then you saw Busby doing what he needed to do and bringing it down. Climbed the ladder a little bit. It was a little bit of a high pass. He did a great job bringing it down and picking up a yard after the catch.
Just over 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Once again, Neshoba leads 7-0 on a 1-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Eli Anderson. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hunter Moore going in motion as they back off to that far side. Hands off to JJ. JJ goes right up the behind, Hunter Moore, and crosses into Neshoba Central territory on the Rocket 49-yard line. So pick up a 4.
Good, strong running, and we saw this a lot last week. Just taking control of the game, trying to control the game clock by playing your game. Handing the ball off, some quarterback keepers, and just trying to keep control. And what we saw last week was, by the end of the mid to latter 4th quarter, the defense was just worn out.
Mm-hmm. Almost got the Neshoba Central Rockets. They might have. Yes, I do believe so. And Neshoba Central Rockets moved a little too much into that neutral zone. So encroachment. We'll give the Knights an extra few yards.
I was going to say turn 2nd and 6 into 2nd and 1. Got to love that.
And once again, that 2nd and 1.
It opens up your playbook,
right.
man. And we saw this, I saw it last night watching some SEC football. You get that 2nd and short, and they weren't afraid to throw the ball around. We'll see what.
Parker hands it off to J.J. Grant. J.J. was stopped in the backfield, but somehow makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to stay 3rd down and 1 now for the Knights. But, yeah, that opens up. If you elect to, you can try to go down the field. But this defense for the Rockets returns 8 starters for the Neshoba Central Rockets. I'm not too sure that I want to chance that Rocket defense.
Absolutely. I think you want to take whatever the defense is going to give you. If they're going to give you short yards, you take short yards and just grind the ball down the field.
3rd down and 1 here as the Knights are on the Rocket 44-yard line. Parker trying to do another hard count. Defense is staying strong right there, but hands off, another J.J. Grant handoff, and J.J. breaks the tackle, gets inside the 40. That's going to be enough for a first down to around the 38-yard line.
I don't know if you noticed, Lee, but they were heavy in the box. I think I counted 5, maybe 6 men down in a 3-point stance. And what happens there is because there's no one behind the line or fewer than what you're anticipating, if you're able to break through that initial push, you can pick up extra 4, 5, 6 yards, if not more.
2:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard 7-0 in favor of Neshoba, but the Knights here started on their own 15-yard line, already inside the Neshoba Central Rocket territory on the 38-yard line of the Rockets. Parker looking to pass, being flushed from the pocket, throws left, and makes the connection to Landon Vaughn inside the 30 to around the 27-yard line.
Man, that was an outstanding pass. He threaded the needle into, yeah, we'll call that double coverage. Threaded the needle in there, and Vaughn did a great job bringing the ball down as well.
And, you know, he's a left-handed quarterback, so that rolling that opposite side that we're not normally seeing a quarterback roll to is probably easier on him, I would think.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you're able to roll to the side that you want to throw from, and the defense probably anticipating or playing a lot more right-handed quarterbacks than left, it kind of throws them for a loop as well.
First down and 10 on the Rocket 26-yard line. These DBs are playing close, aren't they? Parker going to take it himself, and he is inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Pick up 3 yards. 3 yards to carry for Jackson Parker.
I don't think our marker is correct. I think that's going to be second down, correct?
Yes.
No, you had it right, but they were wrong. They were already on second down before the play started.
Second down and 7. You know, we talk about the DBs here for Neshoba Central.
They are playing tight coverage,
tight.
And so far we've had success with that.
Parker looking right to Busby, and he gets hit hard in the backfield. It's going to be a drop of quite a few yards. They're going to put him down around the 31.
All right, so what we have
a drop of 8 yards. Third down and 15.
What we have here is we've got a situation where you don't have to pick up all of it, but you're in a place where you want to pick up some of it to make it a fourth down and manageable. You know, you're in that part of the field. You probably not going to be able to kick a field goal. You don't really want to punt from here, so make it fourth and manageable.
Jackson Parker barks out the signal to his offensive line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Parker rolls right and being flushed from the pocket. And he's going to have to take it himself and gets the tackle from behind. Number 44 for the Rockets just came in. Jaharon Griffin, a little shoestring tackle, and I don't know if he might have lost a yard.
Yeah, they managed to get him in the backfield, but it wasn't a loss of much. He didn't do a great job picking up, getting almost back to the line of scrimmage.
That was the end of the first quarter, so the Knights going to be going for it on fourth down, I do believe, but we'll have to wait in just a few seconds. First quarter is in the books. It's 7-0 Neshoba on our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. This is Q101.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
In Meridian, talk to State Farm agent Chris McDonald today.
Ladies and gentlemen, since we didn't get to beat the Knights the other night, we're going to introduce our women, young ladies volleyball team.
Fast-paced quarter, not a whole lot of incomplete passes, not a whole lot of timeouts other than, your heat timeout. I think Neshoba took 1. A lot of completed passes, a lot of runs, and the clock kept on ticking.
Once again this evening after the game, after it settles down, there's going to be a memory lighting of lanterns, and I guess the ones that float in the air.
Yeah, I believe they're Chinese lanterns, if I'm not mistaken.
In memory of Cade Sharon. Those will be lit after the game. Once again, while we'll wait until Neshoba Central leaves the premises, and family will be on the field, and this will be done after the game. So if you are in the vicinity and want to witness this, and if you're a part of this, and hey, I would like to be a part of this.
Absolutely, me and you both.
Then you still have time to come on out. This will take place following the game tonight. Fourth down, 17 for the Knights as they are moving right to left now. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. It's Busby and Luke on the right. Landon Vaughn lone receiver to this left-hand side, almost like a pistol formation for Jackson Parker as Grant's behind him. Looking to pass, looking Vaughn's way, and Vaughn is going to get, thought he's going to get pass interference call there, but did a good thing. He didn't allow the defender to get that football.
That ball came out of Parker's hands almost like it might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. It came out a little wobbly, and he did have a hand in his face, so it made it a little more difficult for the reception to be made. And as it sits, Neshoba Central is going to have first and 10 from their own 32-yard line. But you don't have a whole lot of plays in the playbook for a 4th and 17, 4th and 18 situation. All you can really do there is just throw it up and have a hope and a prayer.
So Eli Anderson and the Rockets will break huddle on the sideline. Eli's going to be in the shotgun formation. Only 2 receivers this time, 1 to each side of the field for Anderson. Does have a back to his left, number 40, and he'll hand it off to that back. Comes to this near side, running hard. That's an angry runner, right?
Absolutely. Xander Kirkland, again, doing most of the running for Neshoba tonight and doing a good job on that. That was a hard-fought run.
6 yards. Neshoba Central Rockets, their first game of the season kind of almost got scratched. They were to play South Panola, but due to COVID, South Panola could not. They had to forfeit, and they found Hernando. So they defeated Hernando last week, 38-6. We're finding out a high-powered offense, and number 40 with the handoff again. I believe pick up a 3.
It's going to leave him just short. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. Great open field tackle. I wasn't able to catch the number.
Carson Smith, a sophomore for the Knights.
Good tackle for Smith. Wrapped him up, brought him down. Prevented the first down is what he did.
It amazes me how, and I mean, I think we've all seen and heard and witnessed the destruction that our defensive line has caused over the last couple of years. But I'll tell you about this after this play. 2 receivers to that left-hand side for Rockets. And they'll hand it off to number 40 again. And he is, I'll tell you what, this guy is just going up to a defender and saying, hey, you can bring me down, but I'm hitting you.
Absolutely. Dylan Brown, number 3, defensive back, did a great job bringing him down, but it was after a pickup of about 10 or 12.
Right. Midfield is where the ball is spotted. But talking about the linebackers as well as the DBs for the Knights, it's like year in and year out. It's like, all right, so those have graduated. Who's next? And it never fails that there's another hard hitter in that linebacking crew or defensive backs. It just amazes me year in and year out. 2 receivers this near-hand side for the Rockets as they're moving left to right. Anderson rolling from the pocket to this near-hand side, throwing deep, throwing it wide. And this may get a flag. Nope.
There it is.
Yep, there's a flag. I think the defender knew it. As soon as he looked back, he was looking for a flag.
It's really hard to put any kind of blame on the defensive back there. Yes, he did interfere, but that was one of those balls. He was running with the receiver the whole way. The pass came up short. The receiver saw it and led up on the speed to try to go back and ran right. He did more running into the defensive back than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But as it sits, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rockets at the Knight 35.
Right. Once again, the Knights received the football to begin the game, but a couple of mishaps, one on kickoff return, and the following on the very next play on their offense, pinned them back deep, was not able to dig themselves out of the hole. Neshoba Central capitalized, and here we go. Once again, 1st down and 10. And the Rockets will swing it out to that far side, 30, 25, out of bounds, outside around the 23-yard line. There is a flag on the play. This may be coming back.
I believe that was a block in the back. That's what I thought I saw before the flag even came down.
The Rockets did score on a 1-yard touchdown run from Eli Anderson. They was actually pinned back on a 4th down and long.
Man, Lee, I'm 2 for 2 right now. That was a block in the back. I'm proud of myself.
Rubbing that crystal ball there.
There you go, making the call before the ref. That's going to make it 1st down and 20. 19, I believe.
But this is the Rockets' 2nd possession. Before that, it was definitely threatening, but maybe this is what the Knights need to capitalize here and get things rolling their way. 1st down, 19 to go for the Rockets on the Knight 44-yard line. 5 receiver set, 2 on the left, 3 on the right for Eli Anderson. And Anderson swings it out to number 8, Dupree, to the 40, breaks a tackle to the 35-yard line, out of bounds around the original line of scrimmage.
Number 17 on the tackle.
And I saw white helmet fall.
I was going to
see the offensive lineman coming off.
Yeah, so he has to go off for at least one play as the helmet comes flying off. When we have an injured player.
I'm thinking it's a cramp.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
hoping
it's
it's a cramp. Jordan
like.
Gowdy is on his backside around the 35-yard line, but I believe it's going to be a cramp. We're going to hope it is.
And I think you just said it, but as it says, the Rockets were able to get it back to second down from the original line of scrimmage. So, yeah, he's already back on his feet. He's going to be limping off with that cramp.
I hope so. We'll stay here in action. But Jordan Gowdy, an outstanding young gentleman. He's only a junior. This kid's been pretty much starting since his 9th grade year.
Yeah, always good whenever you see a kid go down to be able to get up and walk off on his own power, as he is doing now.
Hunter Moore will spell him, number 27.
Let's go, D!
Once again, the Rockets, 2nd down and 10. Got those 9 yards back from Mr. Dupree. So 2 receivers to this near side, 1 to the far side for Eli Anderson. Anderson will hand it off to number 40, comes to this near side.
Kirkland, that may be the first time tonight the defense for the Knights stepped up, hit him at the line of scrimmage, did not let him get any yards after contact.
Coming up big on the tackle is the guy that came in for Gowdy, number 27, Hunter Moore.
Absolutely. They hit him at the line of scrimmage and dropped him at the line of scrimmage. Great job by the defense there.
So 3rd down and 10. This is a huge play for the Knights defense. 8:52 remains here in the first half. Once again, Rockets lead 7-0. 3rd down and 10 on the Knight 35-yard line. 2 receivers that far side, 1 to this near side, sending 1 of his receivers in motion. Swing back to Dupree. Dupree's looking to pass. Swings it out to Eli Anderson to that far side, to the 40, to the 35, and nice tackle. Well, he still hadn't brought him down. Around the 33-yard line, he stayed on his feet. 6'2 frame, around 200 pounds. He is a hard quarterback to bring down, but the Knights eventually brought him down. 4th down and about 7. So decision time for the head football coach of the Neshoba Central Rockets.
It looks like the decision's already been made. Quarterback number 12, Eli Anderson, still on the field. But, yeah, you were talking about, I mean, the throwback pass from the receiver back to the quarterback. A lot of teams would have bitten on the fake, but great job staying home, playing your position by the defense for the Knights, and held them to a minimal gain of just 3 yards.
Here we go. 4th down and 7 for the Rockets. Eli Anderson barks out the signals hard and gets those Knights to jump. So that'll give them an extra 5 yards. Definitely don't like to see that. We'll bring up 4th down and 3 now. 4th down and 2, excuse me.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down and 2 from the Knight 27-yard line. Knights making a late substitution.
Rockets have yet to break huddle. There they go. Around 10 seconds left on the play clock. 3 receivers. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. You like this call with 4th down and 2?
I think I do.
All right. Rockets shoots it out to his receiver. And is it complete? It is. Oh. How in the world did he come up with that pass? 22-yard line. He comes up with the completion. That is enough for a Rocket first down.
Man, how did he keep it in bounds is my question. I mean, he had to have drug a toe before falling out of bounds. It was on the far sideline, so we didn't have a great view, but it definitely looked close.
So 7:18 remains here in the first half. Rockets are now threatening inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Eli Anderson flushed in the pocket. He brings it down, actually shoots it up in the air for number 1, and comes down around the 6-yard line. How did he find number 1? It looked like he was going to pull it down and run with it.
Man, that was almost a Tim Tebow-esque jump pass from 08, the Florida Gators National Championship.
Bryson Spencer was the receiver there that made the completion. This is a dangerous offense, is it not?
Man, they are They have weapons all over the field. There's no doubt about that.
Now, granted, the Rockets are a 5A team. They were playing Hernando last week, a 6A team. They were winning. They were leading Hernando last week at halftime, 24-0. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Eli Anderson. Once again, they lead 7-0. Looking to throw out to the far side, and that was Dupree there, number 8.
You got to love it on that 4th and 2. He manages to bring down just an amazing catch. And then that one hit him in the numbers when nobody was within 10 yards of him, and it falls to the ground.
So second down and goal from the 6, excuse me. It's the entire offense, at least the skill position players looking over their left-hand shoulder, get the play call from Coach Patrick Schooler and his offensive coaches. Schooler has done an outstanding job for these Rockets over the last few years. Anderson calls for the football, swings it out to Dupree, and undershoots his intended receiver. But that's going to be a flag on that far side. The refs saw a little early movement or some illegal movement.
That'll back them up 5 yards, make it second and goal from the 11, I believe.
But you know what? Every time that they've been pinned back behind the line of scrimmage, they somehow, it's like it doesn't matter.
You get an offense like what we're looking at with Neshoba Central, and like you've already said it, they're powerful. You know, you start keying on Kirkland on the running back, and they find a way to beat you through the air. But right now, you know, the defense doing well, holding them back.
Second down and goal from the 12. Anderson looks left, looks center, and now somehow shoots that ball into the 40's hands. He's going to go in 12 yards out for a touchdown. There is a flag on the 11-yard line.
That
maybe a late hit on the quarterback.
The passer, yeah.
And another flag comes in. This may be unsportsmanlike conduct. But this is after the play, though.
Anderson takes his helmet off as he's walking off the field. You cannot do that.
So we've got a flag from the 11 that's already pushing them back, and this would be the second flag to the 21-yard line. Clint, what'd you see?
The first one, I'm not real sure. I didn't see anything on the first one. The second one, I believe you're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct against the quarterback for removing his helmet
and
while he was on the
chattering. He's still throwing him hands up in the air.
We may end up catching enough. All right, so the head coach for Neshoba. All right, so you had a sideline infraction.
And this is the second week in a row.
I know, right?
That we've seen no warnings. You get a foul here. Now, I think there was probably a little bit of extra, some jawing going on that sideline, as I saw some hands and some helmets doing the motion that you're usually hollering at something.
So we are now going to have second and goal from the 21-yard line, it appears.
So once again, you saw what I saw. You take it from 12 yards out. Hey, just shuffle it. A little shuffle pass to number 40 takes it into the end zone.
Absolutely. And so right now, it looks like they got everything under control, everything worked out, and the white hat gives winds the clock, and we're ready to go.
6:12 remains here in the first half. Once again, the score, as we look at the Premier Paint and Body scoreboard, Neshoba 7, West Lauderdale 0. Only score for tonight so far is a 1-yard touchdown run from Eli Anderson, quarterback from Neshoba Central. Second down, goal from the 21-yard line. Eli Anderson looks left, throws left, got his receiver in the end zone, and did he make the catch? No, incomplete pass. Incomplete pass, and I believe he wanted a pass interference call. Dupree was the intended receiver, but he does not get one, so it's going to bring up third down and goal from the 21.
The coaching staff for Neshoba Central just got lucky, and there it is. I was saying that he got lucky not catching an unsportsmanlike conduct, but it looks like his luck ran out. He was almost to the hash marks as that pass fell incomplete. The head coach for Neshoba was.
I think the Neshoba Central Rockets was wanting a pass interference call as well, maybe, but that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, a penalty against the sideline again for coming out onto the field.
So that's going to bring them back to the 26-yard line. He's actually brought his card out now and writing that head ref for that white hat. He's writing down.
Absolutely.
Coach.
That's
Neshoba Central.
You said last week I umpire high school baseball, and you write it down anytime you have an infraction against the coach. Eventually, he crosses that line.
Third down and goal from the 26-yard line.
And that's a big notice, Lee. That came well after the play. Therefore, the down counted. Goes from second to third down.
So 2 receivers this near side. Got it back to his left. That is number 40, Xander Kirkland. And Eli Anderson, flush from the pocket, comes to this near side. And was he out of bounds or was he in bounds?
They're going to call it a catch.
Wow. He got half those yards back almost. They're going to mark him out at the 14-yard line. And you talked about this earlier. I mean, you didn't have to get all of them back. The way this offense is, you just get a few of them back so that it can make that fourth down a little more manageable.
See, now you have to wonder. We noticed on the PAT last time on the point after attempt, the extra point, the kicker, I mean, he nailed it. I mean, it was over the net onto the top of the field house. So the kicker has a leg for what would be effectively be about, what is that, about a 29-yard field goal? From the 14?
From the 14, at 10, 24, at 7, 31 yard.
Math is hard, but you got what I was talking about.
Timeout in Neshoba. We're going to step aside as well. 5:40 remains here in the first half of play, 7-0. This is Q101.
The Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville is proud to support the West Lauderdale Knight football team. Come see us for all your tailgating supplies.
Here at Piggly Wiggly, we support West Lauderdale. Go Knights!
We're back here in action once again on our premier paint and body scoreboard, 7-0 in favor of Neshoba Central. Just under 6 minutes left here to play in the first half. And decision time for Coach Patrick Schooler. We talked about this earlier. They already lead 7-0, but you've kind of held the Knights offense in check for most of this first half. You've got a fourth down and goal from the 14. You got what looks to be a pretty decent kicker as far as a field goal kicker. It would be a 31-yard field goal attempt. You put the Knights down 10 going into the half. I know it's still got 5 minutes and 40 seconds, but get a little separation there. You take the chance of going for it on fourth down and putting your offense out there. Well, West Lauderdale is going to get some momentum there and come back and tie it up.
What I'm looking at right here is they are leaving the offense on the field, so they are going for it on fourth down and goal from the 14-yard line.
5 receivers set for the Rockets, 3 to the left, 2 to the right, as the Rockets are moving left to right on the Knight 14-yard line. Eli Anderson throws it out midfield, touchdown, Neshoba. Number 2, Dez McWilliams. I believe that's the first time he's targeted Dez tonight. And that's defeating right there. Whenever you're down, third down and 26, third down and goal from the 26, and they come back and get you.
Well, we've seen that twice, I believe, in both drives. They had them pinned deep, third down and long, and were able to, get what they needed to do.
It's extra point attempt, and it is good. 5:35 remains here in the first half, 14-0 on our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. This is Q101. You watching your figure?
Do what?
You watching your figure?
Obviously, right? More of a gummy guy person.
Following in 14-yard pass completion. Touchdown from Eli Anderson to number 2, Dez McWilliams. The Neshoba Central Rockets have extended their lead 14-0, 5:35 remaining here in the first half. This drive, very important drive for the Knights to get something on the board before halftime.
Hunter Bavetta with a shorter kick than what we've seen.
In and out of the hands of the receiver there for the Knights. Return man, excuse me.
Man, that was a dangerous play by Neshoba there, coming in on top. Your return man was laying on the ground on top of the ball as he was dove on top of.
So the Knights once again pinned inside their 20 for the second time tonight on kickoff return. Both teams, respective teams, huddling up on their sideline.
You know, what we saw during the last drive for the Knights, their last offensive drive, was they did a good job moving the ball down the field. You know, they have the first drive is hard to hold against the offense. You know, it's difficult to bounce back from a second and, 18, I believe,
right
after the inerrant snap. But the last time they did a good job moving the field, just were not able to finish off the drive.
Got into the Neshoba territory, and we're moving the ball and taking a lot of time off the clock as well.
You know, and you kind of hit the, you said this a few minutes ago. This is a very important drive. I mean, you played ball, I played ball. Momentum is a real thing. You know, these kids, if they're able to put something on the board, you know, carry that into the half, you know, that will mean just so much to them, their attitude, you know, and how they approach the second half.
3 receiver set for the Knights. 2 to this near side is Busby and Cooper Luke. I believe that's Landon Vaughn to the far side, to the right-hand side. Moving right to left. Oh, we're in black tonight. Black on black on black.
Referees are kind of taking their time and winding the clock on this one.
Well, the actual time on the clock has went back to 12 minutes for some reason, and now they're going to have to wind it back to 5 minutes and whatever it was, 5:07, I believe, 5 something. It's 5:40, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's not much I have to keep up with that. They know it better than I do. I'm not going to call them wrong, whatever they put on there.
But guys, that drive started for Neshoba Central on the 32-yard line. A 68-yard drive, but actually it was a lot more than a 68-yard drive because they had, 20, 30, maybe even 40 yards worth of penalties on that particular drive.
Yeah, they had multiple 10-plus yard penalties. And you know, giving credit where it's due, they did a good job of, overcoming those mental mistakes. All right, clock is set back at 5:25. The referee winds the clock, and we are ready to start this drive.
Parker puts in the belly of J.J. Grant. And J.J. comes to this near side, 22, 23-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards. And you know what's coming with the Knights offense. J.J.'s going to set the tone. And if there's a pass needed, we're going to take one, attempt one at least. But
yeah, that's what we saw last week against Newton County and had a lot of success. And like I said, he's had success tonight.
2nd down and 6, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
2 receivers. They'll move those 2 receivers to the far side. Brett Busby, though, the lone receiver on this near side. And Parker going to try to take it himself and somehow stays on his feet for an extra yard, but he was hit hard there at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to give him up to the 26, I believe, 26 maybe 27-yard line. So to make it 3rd down and short, 3rd down about 2. 3rd down, 2 to go.
Big play here. You don't. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give this high-powered Rocket offense the ball back with time to work, even with only 1 timeout left.
2 receivers to that far side. J.J. Grant gets a hold, run through, and it gets up to the 30-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Much needed first down. That should be a flag. Wow.
This is getting very chippy, almost to the point of dangerous that the referees are letting that happen.
Pushing and shoving from the white jersey and nothing. I mean, there was a ref right in front of it.
How do you let that go? How does – all right, number 46 being brought off the field by their own coach. At least somebody is taking control of it. But as it sits, it was enough for a first down. So we are going to have 1st and 10 from the Knight 31-yard line.
Well, they moved back to the 30.
To the 30, okay. The most important part of that was 1st and 10.
That's right. Moving right to left. Receiver on each side of the field for Parker. Parker hands it to J.J. J.J. gets behind Hunter Moore and takes off for a run. 40 to the 45, out of bounds, around the 49-yard line. Good job, J.J. Grant. Got behind Hunter Moore. Hunter Moore is a stocky young gentleman. That was almost like a bowling ball. He got behind him and hit behind him, and J.J.'s probably right there with him, maybe even bigger than Hunter Moore. I'm not sure on that, but.
All right, I don't know if our angles were off last week, or I just did not see him making the cuts that he's making tonight. That was incredible. He probably made 2 or 3 cuts, made some defensive guys miss.
He will hand it right back to him. He is hit hard there at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a 2-yard pickup. So 2nd down and 8 for the Rockets. quite give him 2 yards. Spot the ball just on the outside of the 48-yard line. 3:26 remains here. West Lauderdale moving. J.J. Grant somehow breaks free from another tackle there on the line of scrimmage, gets to the 44-yard line.
It's going to be a gain of 6, I believe, right there. They're going to make it third and manageable, 3rd and 4.
Third down and 4, like you said, moving into Neshoba territory. Right at 3 minutes left here in the first half. Once again, Rockets lead 14-0 on our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. Parker going to try to take it himself. Comes to this near side. Nothing there. He gets back up to the line of scrimmage. May have got about a half a yard.
The Coach Brock, your coach is on the night sideline. I'm giving the referee grief right now after the play shove on the quarterback, wanting the penalty, not getting it.
About a half yard pickup, so about 3.5 yards to go. Definitely going to have to keep the offense on the field here. With 2:30 remaining here in the first half. Neshoba will receive the football to begin the second half. So if you could put up any points.
Anything to carry in. Play clock running down to 6 seconds.
Looks to be a little confusion on the play coming in. Parker going to turn around, put it in J.J.'s belly, and J.J. is going to get a first down. Inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. J.J. Grant somehow stayed on his feet, pushed through that line, and got that first down.
Strong running. And the thing is, everybody knew where it was going. There was no doubt who was going to carry that ball, who was going to try to put it across the line. And even knowing the play, knowing who was getting it, unable to stop and bringing up 1st and 10 from the Rocket 39-yard line.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Parker barks out the signals, and Parker looking to pass left, throwing deep to Brett Busby. Almost picked off, though. Will stop the clock with 1:48 remaining.
Defensive back number 2 stayed with him the whole way. That was Des McWilliams. Great coverage.
When you see defenders, all 3, up on the line of scrimmage like that, what does that tell you?
It tells you that they are playing man coverage in the back for the defensive backs, trying to just smother them off the line.
J.J. Grant with a handoff to the 35. He finds open field to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and brought down around the 4-yard line. He almost found pay dirt, but a defender for the Rockets somehow brought him down.
Long run, strong run, found a hole the left side of that offensive line, opened it up. A truck could have gone through it. He wasn't touched until he got inside the 10-yard line.
J.J. Grant, they actually put the ball on the 5-yard line. I believe is it Neshoba calling timeout on this?
It is. They're taking their last timeout here with 1 minute and 38 seconds left on the game clock.
We're going to actually stay here in action. This is too excitingly, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, we've been talking about this, for the last 5, 6, 7 minutes, how important this drive was, and I'm guessing West Lauderdale, your Knights, they knew it as well, because they are running the ball, doing everything they have to do to get it down the field and making it a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
Don't forget this drive started inside your own 20.
Oh, absolutely. And
for the second time tonight on their 19. But this drive started out almost a turnover on kickoff return. So you got some things like luck on your side on this particular drive.
And I'm going to give praise to the guys that most people don't even know their name. This kind of drive, you know the name J.J. Grant. You know the name Jackson Parker. But let's give some praise to the offensive line.
Absolutely.
They have done an incredible job. This drive especially, but really the whole game, of maybe not necessarily manhandling, but doing what they have to do to open up the holes for the running back to get through. Like I said, that last large run, he wasn't touched until he was inside the 10-yard line. Great job by your offensive line.
Go ahead and name them. You got them listed over.
Oh, absolutely, man. Let's do it after the play. They're lining up right here.
All right, here. Heavy backfield. You're going to have Dylan Williamson back there. I believe that's number 12. Dylan Williamson and Hunter Moore back there with J.J. Grant. Who do you give it to? J.J. Grant gets the handoff. J.J. gets inside the 5 and kind of hits his own man, but he's able to get 1 yard. So second down and goal from the 4, excuse me.
I think they're going to mark him back to the original line. Looks like they've got him at the 5. But, yeah, this offensive line is doing so well. You got Paxton George, your left tackle, left guard, C.J. Watson, center Lane Williams, your right guard, Nick Walton, and your right tackle, Logan Johnson.
And they're beefing up that line as well because they've got Mon Cole out there. I believe that's Mon Cole.
There it is.
Here's the handoff, J.J. Grant. Does he get in? J.J. Grant.
Did they have him short? I
believe they've got him short. We have yet to see a ref hold up an arm.
It looks like they've got him marked down maybe just inside the 1-yard line. They're going to be 3rd and goal with 49 seconds left.
This is actually You're saying just on the inside of the 1 yard line. I'm saying just on the outside of the goal line here. Here we go. Quarterback keep, and it is Jackson Parker. He's got to be a touchdown.
Waiting on the signal. There
touchdown,
it is.
Touchdown, West Lauderdale. 34 seconds remain here in the first half, and that once again, we said it 19 yards away from your side. It was a must drive for the Knights to put up. Wow, there's some little fireworks over there.
I believe nobody saw that coming, including us.
I hope everything's okay over there.
From the far end zone, slight explosion, but at least it was meant. Got that swinging gate now as they get ready for the PAT.
Jackson Parker with a quarterback's sneak. Jackson's has quite a few of those. 1 yard out, Jackson's going to keep it. Cooper Luke with that point after, and is good. 7-14, the Knights eat into those Rockets' lead. 34 seconds remain here in the first half. The Premier Paint Body scoreboard shows a little life out of the West Lauderdale Knights. We'll be back on Q101.
All right, we are getting ready. We are back with 34 seconds left on the game clock. Getting ready for kickoff.
Cooper Luke just put one on the uprights for an extra point. Kicks it deep to the 12-yard line, up to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35-yard line, near the 40.
And again, after the play, we've got some pushing. We've got some extracurricular activities after the whistle, but I don't see any flags. Looks like the referees are letting them play right now. So after that kickoff, we're looking at 24.8 seconds left for the Rockets if they choose to do anything right now.
Oh, I mean, as we've witnessed that long pass that Eli Anderson has in his back pocket, he's got those receivers like Dupree. Like the one that caught the touchdown pass, Des McWilliams, Bryson Spencer, all these receivers, I would just imagine 3, 4, or 5 receiver set. Maybe not.
It looks like they're coming down to a 4-receiver set with one running back in the backfield. I think that's going to be number 40.
Eli Anderson going to put it in number 40's hands. See if they can get a few yards and possibly see what happens here. 18 seconds now remain.
Great job by the defensive line, by your linebackers, holding to just a minimal gain. Looks like it'll be 4.5, maybe a 5-yard gain.
They may be content here.
I think they are. That clock, they have not stopped it.
6 seconds remain. They don't have a timeout. 2 seconds remain. Did they get I'm guessing they got the snap off. Nothing there, though, as the Rockets will go into halftime with a 7-point lead, 14-7, thanks to our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. And I kind of like what I see. We got some jawing going on and saying, hey, we ain't stopped.
Hey, absolutely. and, man, you got to love that. I mean, for the first quarter and a half, it really felt like Neshoba had control of this game. West Lauderdale doing an outstanding job, taking control and having a little swagger about them, letting Neshoba know that they are not done.
All right, once again, halftime show coming up in just a matter of moments. It is 14-7 thanks to our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. Knights have a still little hill to climb as the Rockets will receive the footballs. They won the coin toss earlier tonight, but the Rockets will receive the football here in the second half. Halftime coming up, being brought to you by Will Sweat, your Alpha Insurance agent, located 2340 North Hill Street, as well as Meridian Mattress Factory. Been open since 1892. Well, that BIMCO sign, well, you're not from here, but there's been a BIMCO sign that I've seen growing up all my years. Anyway.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Okay, there you go. Meridian Mattress Factory. The halftime show is coming up, being sponsored by those two. So we'll talk more about that, give you a stat rundown, give you some scores from around the area as well. All coming your way next with a halftime show on Q101.
The Piggly Wiggly in Collinsville is proud to support the West Lauderdale Knight football team. Come see us for all your tailgating supplies.
Here at Piggly Wiggly, we support West Lauderdale. Go Knights!
they're winning.
We're going to get food.
You don't know. No, he was talking to Taylor. She stood up and said something to him. And he said, you need to sit down, Paul. You don't want none of this.
No, he told me.
That's when
he told me stand. When he said that, I was staring at him. He said, you need to watch the game.
Taylor stood up. Well, Taylor had just said something to him when he said that. So I thought we were talking to Taylor.
I don't know what it's like.
She's had her shirt pulled up the hall. Their flashlight.
My fist bump.
I love you. Why have you not seen? I
don't know how. What does that see your son?
I don't ever see my son.
Somebody's like, you're somebody.
pizzas, hot dogs, drinks.
really
Because they're hitting this quarterback 3 times, they can hit this quarterback. Your little shit ass quarterback can't get hit and hit this play. I mean, I'm just saying. Somebody, don't do that. That's nasty.
Please welcome the West Lauderdale Marching Band as they present their 2021 show. Like I know we
Good luck. The line goes about and there's 4 of them. Might want to wait. But yeah. Anyway, I'll be down on this other end. Good to see you, Nick. Good to see y'all.
Emma said, okay, well then come on. Kinley, get Emma's hand and help Papa with the girl. See that kickoff? She saw you go to that. Stalker.
thought he did, Chris.
He did.
On the Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. There, I said it. You high five.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'd like to introduce you the cross-country team for West Lauderdale. I'll begin with the 7th graders and go up to the seniors. Stone Bird, Brody Gressett, left right. Cody Pigford, middle rank. Brexit Rice-Net. Trey Wall, Sauter Wyndham. Miley Zingler, Rudy Aguilera Valdez, Owen Allen, Jackson Autry, Blair Emmon, Emma Downs, Madison Cooper. Abby Cruz, Austin Harmon, Landry Maxwell, Cooper Rayner, Cooper Sellers, Jenna Shirley, Olivia Shirley, Nathan Schaffner, Eddie Smith, Olivia Watson, Jake Whittington, Billy Anderson, Jackie Bargeris, Caitlin Bond, Gwendolyn Carter, Callie Shaldron, Kyle Dalton, Alexis Harmon, Cooper Rafferty, Harley Taylor, Foster Wyndham, Karen Malderis, Catherine Downs, Emma Cruz, Elizabeth Shirley, Emily Snodgrass, Carter Walton, Lane Brooks, Caroline Cheatham, Zoe Palmer, Justin Dixon, Jack Sellers, cross-country team. And I apologize it's too late now for the mispronunciation of names. I do apologize.
Let's go, Dylan!
If memory serves me, the Rockets won the toss off the game. They decided to so we anticipate that they will take the football at the beginning of the third quarter.
Is watching this. Cooper Luke setting up on his own 40, about to kick off to the dangerous Neshoba Central Rockets offense. Short, high kick, going to come down around the 30. Fair catch signal called, and that's where the Rockets will take shot at their own 31-yard line.
Gotta love the aggressiveness that you just saw, even on the kickoff. That the momentum that they carried in from the half. Excited to see how the defense comes out and shows out. I'm excited to see any kind of adjustments that they had to make in the half to try to stop this offense that, honestly, outside of a drive at the end of the half that was cut short by the clock, they haven't had much success keeping them out of the end zone this first half.
Rockets moving left to right on their own 31. 3 receivers to this near side, 2 to the far side. Eli Anderson shoots it left and finds his receiver and makes a connection for about a 5, maybe 6 yard pickup. The initial defender there missed the tackle, and he was able to turn out about another 3 or 4 yards.
You've seen that happen a lot so far this game. They're getting in position on those swing passes, on those screens on the outside, the wide receiver screens. But their receivers do an outstanding job of making the defensive guys make the first man miss, and that allows them to pick up 4, 5, 6 yards.
2nd down and 6 for the Rockets. 3 receivers to this near side, 2 to the far. Once again, Rockets moving left to right. Eli Anderson barks out the signals. Looking right, throws right, and overshoots his intended receiver. And you didn't see much of that during the first half, did you? Eli was pretty much spot on.
He was pretty accurate. In fact, the statistic that we received that I shared with y'all, it had him 9 for 14. So definitely on the positive side of the completion rate. But that one, it wasn't even close. I mean, he basically missed him probably about 10 yards, threw it down into the West Lauderdale sideline.
3rd down and 6 here. Huge play for this Knights defense here. Trying to bark the signals out to draw the Knights defense off sides, but the Knights defense are staying strong.
Already seeing the changes from the first half. It worked a couple times in the first half, but not now.
Eli Anderson looks left, being flushed in the pocket, and he will go down.
He managed to cross the line of scrimmage, but only by a little. I'm going to say that was maybe a gain of maybe a yard. It's going to be 4th and 5 from their own 36-yard line. And it looks like they're bringing out the punt team. So for the first time tonight, you got to love the adjustments that we're already seeing from the half. Coach Brock, the defensive coaches, man, do an outstanding job.
First time tonight that the Rockets have put out their punt team.
I think it's the first punt at all on both sides, isn't it?
Nope. The Knights punted on their first drive.
That's right. You're right.
End over end punt comes down to around the 35, 36-yard line. So the Knights, I tell you what, that was what you wanted to happen. 14-7, already a little bit of a hole to climb out of. 11:04 on our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard, and the Knights are on the field offensively.
So, like I said, we've already seen some positive adjustments on the defensive side of the ball. Excited to see what the offense is going to bring out here on the first drive as they get ready on their own 36-yard line, maybe 36.5.
So break huddle with 2 receivers. One to this near side is Brett Busby, and one to the far side, J.J. Grant gets the handoff. J.J. is just running over people to the 41-yard line. I know you. When you get 2, 3, 4 yards, there's not many people you can run over except for some bigger people.
Absolutely.
And he took his chance on those bigger people and ran over some.
No doubt. When sometimes the hole's just not there and you got to lower your shoulder and see what happens. And so far it's worked to his advantage after what appears to be a 5-yard gain on first down.
Parker hands it to J.J. again, goes to the opposite side, and it's about 3 yards. It's going to be about 3rd down and 3 for the Knights. Once again, this is what you want. This keeps the ball out of the dangerous offense of the Neshoba Central Rockets, out of their hands. 3rd down and 3, but you got to convert.
Absolutely.
You got to convert those 3rd downs.
Going back to the last drive before the half, did an outstanding job on 3rd down. We'll see how we do here.
Parker hands it to J.J. J.J. comes to this near side. He's got a first down. He crosses into the Rocket territory to the 49-yard line.
Man, so many good things we can say about this running back. So many things you can say about Grant. But I think probably the best thing you can say about this man right now is he goes down forward. He does not get knocked backwards. He's always, everyone's going to get tackled. Mm-hmm. Every running back has to go down, but that man goes down with his head going forward, picking up another yard or 2, even as he's being brought to the ground. And that's strong running is what that is.
That's right. Clock is yet to start. Don't know what that's all about. 10:06 remains here in the 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
J.J. once again, feed it to him. About a yard pickup.
I think they're going to give him, I think you just nailed him, maybe a gain of a yard and a half.
2nd down and 9 from the Rocket 48-yard line. How about a defensive stand, though, for the West Lauderdale Knights just a few moments ago?
Absolutely powerful. You had to have it.
J.J. Grant, another carry for Grant. Grant breaks a tackle and gets inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. How did he come away from
I don't know.
that?
There were probably 2-3 Rockets that had him wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage. He broke through all of them and picks up a gain of 8 for a first down.
It looks like he's getting stronger as the carries continue to give.
It's like what we were just talking about. He's such a strong runner. He goes forward even when he's brought down. And at that point, he managed to stay on his feet, picked up an additional, I think, 8 yards after contact.
Parker tells the line what to expect. JJ directly behind Parker. Parker looking to pass. Looks right, looks back left, and he's going to go down. Back in the backfield. He's going to be a big-time loss, around about 8 yards. And those are drive killers right there.
Yeah,
It's not yet, but to second down and 7, second down and 18.
You know, we talked about that at the very beginning of the game, the first drive, when that inerrant snap caught it caught Parker off guard, and we were looking at second down and 18 right there, and man, it's just so difficult to come back from that. Not a whole lot of plays in your playbook that are meant to pick up 18 yards at one time.
All right, 2 receivers this near side, 1 to the far. Busby, and I believe that's Landon Vaughn in the slot to this near side, and then 22 Cooper Luke to that far side. Parker looks left, throws left, got his receiver, and almost picked off. It's going to bring up third down and long, 3rd down and 8.
Pass just a little bit wide on the inside, meant for Busby. Unable to bring it in, and then I think it kicked off maybe the knee of the defensive back, number 5, which is Elijah Ruffin.
You know, I was wondering how the later it got. Wednesday night, of course, this was after all the rain came through on Sunday and Monday from the hurricane, and then Wednesday night it flooded here. And watching them paint the field yesterday, everybody was muddy out here. I was wondering how that would affect, and maybe we saw the effects from that throw there. 3rd down, 18 to go. Parker rolls out to his left, throws or looks to throw back, but he's trying to find an open receiver. Incomplete pass, and there will be a flag.
It's in the place of interference. You know, it was definitely in the.
But he is talking to an offensive lineman, so. As the 3 refs meet up here, he's going to go over and talk to Neshoba Central. So undoubtedly it's going to be against the Knights, and it will be declined. So 4th down remains, 4th down and 18, and punt team comes in.
I believe that call was an ineligible man downfield. I think one of the offensive linemen went a little too deep, trying to block too early. I'm not real sure what, but the penalty was declined, and the punt team for the Knights are on the field.
Punter for the Knights tonight is Brett Busby. He'll be standing at his 41-yard line. I believe that's Dupree back deep for the Rockets. Spiral punt. Going to take a Knights bounce, but don't go in that end zone. Knights corral it at the 1. Did they not?
No.
They're going to say touchback.
They had it at the 1, but momentum. They slid into the end zone, never gained possession until they were about a yard deep in.
So that'll bring the Rockets out to their own 20-yard line.
It was a great punt, good coverage down there. They were flying downfield, but just unable to corral it inside the end zone.
8:06 remains here in the 3rd quarter. Both teams not able to put any points on the board on the first drive, but the Knights, I tell you what, had a good drive going.
They did. The sack was a killer.
Right, right. And you can't keep going back to the well, I don't guess, but you always go hindsight is 20/20. You look down and why didn't you just keep on?
That's the initial reaction is you've had so much success running. Why are we going to throw it?
Right.
But you've got to keep the defense on their heels.
Exactly. Absolutely. 1st down and 10 for the Rockets, moving left to right. Looking left is the quarterback, and once again he overshoots his intended receiver. That was number 1, Bryson Spencer.
That was one of those throws that even if it would have been on target, it would not have been more for about 2 or 3 yards if that defense was right on him, had a little bit of a cushion, but they'd have closed in quick.
Going back to what we were talking about, hindsight is 20/20. Yes, you might have gotten 3-4 yards with JJ, but then again, everybody's biting on JJ's about to get it. JJ's about to get it. You surprise everybody.
We had kind of begun to see that they were stacking the box. They were expecting that.
2nd down 10 from their own 20. Handoff comes this near side and gets about a 2-yard pickup. So bring up 3rd down and 8. You can already tell. We saw this in the first drive, and the defense is just another animal out there.
Absolutely. And again, just going back, I've already said it, but looking at the adjustments, Kirkland did a great job running the ball. He was picking up 5, 6, 7 yards. They held him to 2 yards there.
3rd down and 8. Big play for the Knights defense.
10 seconds left on the play clock as offense looking over to the sideline to get the play.
7. 5 seconds.
And we were down to 2.
There's
They
a snap.
just get
got
it off.
Looking left, throwing deep left. We got a man, Dupree. Does he make the connection? Is he out of bounds? Is he going to say inbounds? Oh my goodness, inbounds. Catch is made at the 49-yard line. Wish we had replay on that one.
I know, right? And again, on the far side of the field, so it's really difficult for us to make any kind of statement whether or not it's the right call. But either way, it was just a straight fly pattern down the sideline. Good pass, good completion. And the thing is, the coverage wasn't bad there either.
No.
He was all over him, legally, not interfering, just right there with him. Just all the way around. It was solid football play.
1st and 10 from the Rocket 49-yard line, moving left to right. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Rockets lead 14-7 from our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard.
I believe one of the receivers, number 2, if I'm not mistaken, the slot receiver, which is Des McWilliams. I think he got off a little quick.
And I thought I saw at least one of those receivers do the same thing the previous drive, but they were not able to capitalize on it. So I didn't say anything, but it sure did look like one of those receivers in the first drive of the second half got a jump, got an early jump during that drive. But.
Which, I mean, and you have to ask yourself, being that far off the ball, you're not able to go by the snap count. You really can't hear it. You're watching the ball. How do you jump off sides like that as a wide receiver?
1st down 15 as they're on their own 44 now. 3 receivers this near side, 2 to the far side, looking to throw deep. He's scrambling back in the backfield, coming to this near side, number 1 with his reception. He's got open field to the 45, 40, 35, and kind of runs into his own man there before being brought back.
Number 1, that was Bryson Spencer. Man, I don't know if we had a busted coverage or what happened, but he was pretty wide open.
What amazes me is there's not a one person for the Rockets that he continues to go to, and there's a heat timeout, so we'll step aside as well. But and I'll continue that thought after this timeout. So once again, it's 14-7 in favor of the Rockets. So we look at our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard with 6:21 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll be back on Q101.
Hey, I'm Kirsten Lee, graduate of West Lauderdale and contract specialist for Senior Benefit Marketing. We at Senior Benefit Marketing have a combined 40 years experience in the senior market for life and burial insurance. We would love the opportunity to customize a policy just for you. Or maybe you're looking for a career option. We are always looking for people to join our winning team. Please visit our website at www.seniorbenefitmarketing.com. Go Knights!
First and 10 Rockets at the West Lauderdale 35-yard line. Grayson Fulton reception. Looks like they gave him about a yard on it. 2nd down and 9. To his left. He's taken down on the right.
Watch ball!
Great lifting. Looks like a gain of about 5. Brings up a 3rd and 4.
Go defense! Let's go D!
keeper. He's looking like he got enough of a lucky first down. Jordan Riggs on the tackle for the Knights, and that's another Rocket first down.
Neshoba slows things down and takes a lot of time off that clock. They had a 6+ minute drive in the second quarter, capitalized by a touchdown, a 14-yard touchdown pass by Eli Anderson. 5 receivers set for Anderson, throwing to that end zone. Touchdown, Neshoba, number 2. Once again, Des McWilliams. That was a 25-yard touchdown pass from Eli Anderson to Des McWilliams. .412 remain.
The people at home are raging right now.
Defensive line did a good job of getting pressure just a little bit late as he was able to step into the pass and hit him in stride in the end zone. PAT
Knights
up and good.
Knights are down 2 scores now. So once again, 21-7 in favor of the Rockets on our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. We'll be back on Q101.
Drag, and then I looked up and I was like, what happened? That was terrible. My bad.
Lee, I believe we're staying with the action here, actually, but the Knights are already lining up to receive the ball, ready to get the ball going, ready to get that offense back out on the field, maybe get something going here late in the third quarter. The Rockets are bringing their kicking team back out onto the field.
Do we consider this drive like we did whenever they went down 14-0 a must-score drive?
I don't know that you maybe not a must score, but you got to do something. You got to show some life, and we were doing that on the drive before.
High, long kick. J.J. Grant with a return, 20, 25, 30, outside of the 30 to about the 32, 33-yard line. Nice return for J.J.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't know that you can call it a must score, but it's a must see some productivity. And I expect nothing less. I think that we're going to be able to control the ball, move it down the field.
The Knights were able to put up some yards quite a bit and get into Rocket territory before the sack.
Yeah, the
previous drive.
Such a drive killer. You go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 17, 18. It's difficult to bounce back from something like that.
First down and 10 for the Knights offense on their own 33-yard line. Hand it off to the bell cow. J.J. Grant gets up to the 40, still on his feet. Somehow he gets out to the 45, 46-yard line. This kid wants 200 again, doesn't he?
Absolutely, and he's running like he wants the game is what he wants. He wants that W on the board. And that was a gain of what? Probably
12?
Yeah, I was going to say 12, 13 yards.
So they're marking on the 47-yard line. Hand it to him again. He gets met, though. Somehow he gets back to the line of scrimmage, but he got met in the backfield.
You know, what you're seeing here, and this is what we were talking about, you know, it's easy to second-guess a coach on the sack, you know, in the previous drive, but, you know, Neshoba Central, they're stacking 8 guys in the box, and you've got 5 offensive linemen, 6 with a tight end. Man, it's a mismatch in numbers.
See if they're going to be setting up something with Caleb Collins. Caleb Collins checked in as a receiver. He's normally a backup running back for the Knights. They've got him wide left. I wonder if they're going to utilize his speed on a play here. Jackson Parker, once again, handoff to J.J. Grant, and he gets met. Nothing there. I mean, you're going to make – they are going to make you.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing
football
right now from Neshoba Central is they've made the decision. We are not going to let J.J. Grant beat us in this game. You find another weapon, you're going to have to do something different on offense.
But you got Brett Busby wide right. Number 4, Caleb Collins in the slot to the right. And Cooper Luke is checked back into the game as receiver to this near-hand side, moving right to left. 3rd down and 9 from your own 47-yard line. Little reverse. And Caleb Collins stays on his feet to the 45, out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
Outstanding block.
And I just said, just prior to that I knew that there had to have been working in Caleb Collins' speed somewhere into that mix.
Absolutely. And what you had there was you got a, sprung in with a great block. And I don't know if you noticed, but Jackson Parker was the one who made the key block. Quarterback getting out there, getting his hands dirty.
Yep. 40-yard line and high snap, but Parker brings it down. He'll take it himself. He gets about 2, maybe 3-yard pickup.
Again, what we're seeing here is we're seeing success on the ground, success by the Knights moving the ball. Let's just see if maybe we can turn this into points on this drive.
Second down, long 7 for the Knights. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to this near side. Lone receiver to this near side is Landon Vaughn. JJ flanks Parker to his left. Parker will hand it off to JJ, goes to that far side. That looked to be a little face mask to begin with, or something that made his face.
I was going to say, he definitely twirled and had a little twist that did not look natural. But no flag on the floor, so it's going to make up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Yep.
So the Knights moving into Rocket territory. Got to continue this drive, though.
Absolutely.
I do believe.
Barring a loss of yardage here, I don't see this as a punting situation. No. But, I mean, let's think optimistic. We're not even going to be put in that situation. First down.
Parker hands it off to JJ. JJ is going to be stopped shy at about 2 yards. So going to be ring up 4th down and 2. From around just on the inside of the 32.
Absolutely.
So a little bit less than 2 yards to go.
Yeah, strong run there by Grant. Strong run, and that leaves them in a very manageable 4th down situation.
I think the Knights think this over. No, they're going to bring in the hefty bunch. Look at this. Eli Bates and Mon Cole.
We got some meat coming out there now. This is going to be one of the situations, you know what we're going to do, we know what we're going to do. Let's see if you can stop us.
Well, Caleb Collins checks in as well. That's a hefty bunch. Parker goes under center. Parker will hand it off to, trouble with the snap, and he's not going to be able to get it. Trouble with the snap. Or trouble with the handoff, I guess, and not the snap, but the trouble with the handoff, and there will be turnover on downs.
Yeah, I wasn't real sure. I couldn't really see exactly what caused it, but it was definitely fortunately, they didn't go on the ground, but in that situation, turnover on downs, turnover on a fumble, turnover is a turnover. You hate to see it happen.
The Knights were able to move the football between the 20s and just for 2 drives and nothing to show for it. 30 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Neshoba Central 21, West Lauderdale 7.
You asked a little while ago about a must-have drive. This is a must-have drive here.
Right.
We've got to keep them out of the end zone. We've got to keep them from scoring points here.
First down and 10 from the Rocket 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. We do have an H-back to that left-hand side as well. 27 gets the handoff, and he is met after about a 2-yard pickup. That's the first time I believe we've at least seen it, or it may not have been the first time we've seen it, but that is a freshman running back.
And that was Makai Gaddis, I believe. I don't remember calling his name, seeing his number with the ball, but pick up a couple yards there, trying to sweep to the outside.
Comes the starting running back, number 40.
That's going to be Kirkland right there back in the game. Kirkland doing a good job of carrying the ball, but the last couple of drives, they've done a good job stopping the run.
Last quarter remains. 12 minutes remain. We are entering into the 4th quarter. Hold those 4 fingers up. We're still in this. We're able to move the football. We just got to capitalize. 21-7 in favor of the Rockets on our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. We'll be back with that final 12 minutes next on Q101.
Graduate of West Lauderdale and contract specialist for Senior Benefit Marketing. We at Senior Benefit Marketing have a combined 40 years experience in the senior market for life and burial insurance. We would love the opportunity to customize a policy just for you, or maybe you're looking for a career option. We are always looking for people to join our winning team. Please visit our website at www.seniorbenefitmarketing.com. Go Knights!
Great night's sleep, just as they have done since 1892. 36th Avenue and Bay Street, Meridian Mattress Factory.
Q101. We're home for West Lauderdale Night Football.
Once again, final quarter here at West Lauderdale at the Kingdom. 2nd down and 8 for the Rockets. If there was ever a time for a turnover or a takeaway, it would be right now, right?
Absolutely.
Eli Anderson looks left, wants to throw left, and he does not find anybody. He's moving to his right now and tries to find somebody over or undershoots his intended receiver. Going to be an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 8.
Great job by your defensive backs there. We talked about him being able to work through his progressions, and he worked all the way down and wasn't able to find anybody open and had to scramble away from the pressure, bounced the ball up to his receiver, and we got 3rd and 8 for the defense.
One thing that we've been seeing it all night long is his elusiveness to get away from the quarterback sacks and the defensive linemen. But you got to also look at those offensive linemen staying with their blocks, not allowing those defensive linemen to continue.
Absolutely. They're doing a great job protecting Anderson. And you can't be a great quarterback without a great offensive line, and we're seeing that tonight.
Break away from the huddle very quick, and Anderson once again rolling out to his right, overshoots his intended receiver, and there will be, I believe, a turnover on the downs here. Well, not turnover downs, but 3 and out.
Yeah, Neshoba Central sending out the punt team, the Knights sending out the punt return team. So, we talked about this had to be a drive to where they did not get points on the board, and barring any kind of trick play here, any kind of, unforeseen situation, that's exactly what we got.
Got a block punt. Take it to the house.
Block punt return for touchdown. I'll take either one. I'm not picky.
Just under 12 minutes left here in the 4th quarter in the football game. And almost blocked. It was almost blocked. End over end. Going to take a little bit of a rocket bounce inside the 40-yard line to about the 39, 38-yard line.
They came after it, that's for sure, on both ends. You had guys on both ends of the line shooting at it. Didn't miss it by much, and I was proud of the restraint we saw from them as well, because it very easily could have run into the kicker, taken him out, but they pulled up when they had to, and the Knights get to take over now on their own 38-yard line.
So you've got to be happy about the production in between the 20s, as we said, but we've just got to continue a drive. We got to finish a drive.
The defense has really stepped up. They're doing an outstanding job. We saw them kind of give up a couple scores early in the game and really, taking control.
Right, Knights moving left to right. JJ once again, and JJ's going to be near the 45-yard line. Pick up about 7 yards, and you just got it in your mind that there's going to be one handoff. JJ is going to take it to the house.
He's going to break one. He has. When we saw one, in the first half, he was able to break it for about 40, 42 yards, take it down to the 5, which led to a score.
Second down and 3. Parker comes to this near side. Parker trying to find somewhere to run through, and he finds about 3-4 yards and gets a first down for the Knights.
They're going to mark him just on the Knights side of the 50-yard line. But you're right. He crossed that line to gain, makes it a 1st and 10 for the Knights on the 49-yard line. They're on 49.
It's going to score 21-7 in favor of the Rockets.
We've got an injury timeout. Number
27, Hunter Moore, and it may be a cramp the way he's coming off the field. Yeah, he ain't gonna keep him out of the game too long.
He hopped up pretty quick, and again, obviously limping off to the side, but you're always grateful to see them whenever they are on the ground to be able to get up and carry themselves off on their own power.
Yep, he reached right down to that calf. Go get some pickle juice. Come on back. You ever done that?
Yeah, I played ball enough. I've had to drink pickle juice.
Once again, Premier Paint and Body scoreboard shows 21-7. Favor of the Rockets. Handoff. No, Parker keeps it himself, and Parker, as soon as he brought it down, it might have been one of those,
Yeah, again, falling forward, able to pick up positive yards, just a little, but positive yards.
Now, is that an option where he's able to, or is that a design play, you think?
It looks like a zone read there. You got to think that maybe Coach Rock is kind of leaning on a little bit as to who's supposed to get it, but ultimately it's going to be his decision.
Parker hands off to JJ. JJ gets tripped up there at the line of scrimmage, but somehow, once again, you say it, he falls forward, picks up that yard, maybe yard and a half. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3rd down 7, 3rd down long 7, 3rd down short 8.
All right, so you're down by 2 scores early in the fourth quarter. You still got 10.5 minutes left.
The way your defense played, the way the Knights defense played, I'm saying 4 downs.
You think you take a chance?
Yes.
You know,
if you get 3 to 4 yards. 3rd down, 7 to go. Parker looks over the middle. He's got a receiver. Brett Busby makes the connection. 20, 15, 10, near the 10-yard line. Brett Busby plays third base, first base for the Knights baseball team. He's made a pretty good catch over the middle there.
Outstanding. Man, the pass hits him in stride, which is what allows him to pick up another 8-10 yards after the completion. So that puts him down not quite first and goal. I think they've got to march just outside the 10, so that's going to be first and goal from about the 11.
Not first and goal.
First and 10, you're right, from the 11.
Parker hands off to JJ. JJ trying to find a lane to run. He's got that outside corner. Late flag comes in. That's probably coming back. About 5-yard pickup initially, but
I'm scared that this one's going to be against against the Knights. Yeah,
the Knights, and this may be in the backfield as well. And this is a spot foul, is it not, Clint?
I believe if it's in the backfield, it's from the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they called that on number 22. I think that was from Cooper Luke, if I'm not mistaken.
It is a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. So 1st down and 20 now. And that's, once again, a drive killer. You're threatening there. You're threatening a must-score drive.
Absolutely, yeah. This is not a field goal situation no matter what happens.
9:37. Parker looking to pass. Looks right. And got his man. That is completion.
That's
and that is a touchdown.
Was that Busby again?
That was Busby. Brett Busby with a Knight touchdown eats into the Neshoba Central Rocket lead, and momentum is shifting to those black jerseys.
Again, Parker hits him in stride. Doesn't have to break it in. That's what I think he probably made the completion around the 5-yard line, and because he was full speed when he caught the ball, he's able to carry it into the end zone for the touchdown to make it a 1-score game.
Putting on that snap. Snap is down. Parker's hold is down, and the kick is up and good. 7 points is the difference between these two teams, 21-14. As we look at our Premier Paint and Body scoreboard, the Knights down by 7 on Q101. Get us some salt.
Take turns. Pass it off, people.
Following a 21-yard pass completion to Mr. Brett Busby. That Jackson Parker Brett Busby connection. I love it.
I was going to say, man, that's been a great connection for us all night tonight. He had 1 reception for 15 yards in the first half. The second half, they have just come alive.
The Knights only down by 7. This may go out of bounds. It does. So the Rockets will have decent field position. They've had decent field position pretty much all night tonight.
Oh, yeah, they started the last drive. It was in their own territory, but it wasn't very far. They weren't very deep into it. And defense, bowed up, was able to force the punt, turned it into a touchdown.
So from the 35-yard line, the offense from the Rockets will set up shop and take one drive away tonight in the second half. And the Knights defense has been outstanding.
Absolutely. We talked about that very early on at the first offensive drive for Neshoba. Whatever adjustments they made in the second in the halftime, whatever the coaches were able to portray and just motivate their defense to go with, it has worked wonders.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to this near side for Eli Anderson and the Rockets. Claps his hands a couple times, looks for that ball to come into his hands, finds it, and shoots out to his running back. And no gain on the play there, so we're going to bring up 2nd down, 10 to go.
Yeah, again, that was a swing pass to number 40, Xander Kirkland. Completed pass, but they've got him down for a loss of a yard, so that's 2nd and 11. The defense, again, what we were just talking about, they have. That's the kind of play that in the first quarter would have gone for 6, 8, 10 yards, if not more, but they held them to a loss of a yard on that.
Eli Anderson, if I can say his name right, shotgun formation. Moves around his back there behind his line of scrimmage, and once again, Kirkland gets the handoff 2-yard pickup, going to bring up third down 9. Third down 9 to go for the Rockets. And I tell you what, if the Knights defense stands strong here and makes that punt team come back out, these fans are going to start getting
absolutely,
loud.
absolutely. I'm going to be honest. I just had a flashback to my high school days. One of our favorite plays to run was the trap play, and I just saw that right guard, the far side guard, come over trying to open up a hole, but it just did not work. Your defensive lineman stayed home. The linebacker stepped up, filled the gaps like they were supposed to, and it's forced a 3rd and long.
Anderson waiting the snap. Swings it out to his receiver number 1, and that is going to bring up 4th down after about a 4-yard pickup. 4th down and 5.
So now, you got to see what they're going to do on the Neshoba side. All right, so they are sending out the punt team, but the success that, honestly, the entire second half, they've shot themselves in the foot a couple times and killed the drives, but the offense has had success just about the entire second half of moving the ball.
So that first drive that the Knights had, actually first couple of drives the Knights had success, but no points. It was JJ. But now, this final drive before when we put the points on the board, you're throwing it over the middle. And you've got to respect that pass. Here's the punt. End over end punt. Jackson may be able to return this. No.
He had caught a fair catch. He had about the 32, 33-yard line. They got him marked on the 32. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. They had been just pounding them between the tackles, running the ball basically down their throat. And the last drive, they opened it up in the air because they were stacking the box. So now you've got, if you're Neshoba, you've almost got to drop a couple of guys back into coverage, which
helps the run again.
Theoretically should open up the run again.
It's first down and 10 for the Knights on their own 32-yard line. It's 7:23 remaining here in the football game. The Rockets lead 21-14. It was a 14-7 advantage at halftime. Neshoba Central scored in the 3rd quarter with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left with a 25-yard touchdown pass. The Knights got their score here in the 4th quarter with 9:31 remaining on a 21-yard touchdown pass. And there you go with a 1-yard run by JJ. He'll have to come out. His helmet came off, so he'll have to come out for a play. 2nd down and 9 for the Knights.
I think looks like number 4 is coming in for
JJ.
For JJ, stepping into the running back spot.
Caleb Collins. Parker rolls out to his right, trying to find a receiver. Throws to Brett Busby, and that is completion made to the 45-yard line. Once again, Brett Busby, Jackson Parker, making it look easy there.
Again, 1 reception for 15 yards in the first half, and he led all receivers in yardage. So the passing game just wasn't there in the first half, but it has opened up here the last couple of drives. We talked about Neshoba saying, look, we're going to stack the box, and you've got to find another way to beat us, and it looks like they've found a way, at the very least, to get some yardage.
JJ back in the game. He'll get the handoff. He goes straight up the middle and for about 2, maybe 3 yards, but he's not going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage.
No, he's running hard, and it looks like we have
a heat timeout or an injury. Oh, heat timeout. We're going to step aside as well. 6:37 remains. Neshoba up by 7. We'll be back on Q101.
Are you searching for something new? Then Meridian Community College is the place for you. With over 52 career and technical pathways, you can move straight into the workforce in 2 years or less. Get hands-on experience in welding and electrical technology, or go digital in graphic design and media production. You'll discover many opportunities for a new career at a fraction of the cost. Reskill now. Become essential at Meridian Community College. Register today at meridiancc.edu.
I never would have guessed.
We did a scoreboard show my first few years on the radio, and so that may be what's coming out. 2nd down, 8 to go. J.J. Grant gets the handoff, goes off to that far side. J.J. crosses midfield, still on his feet, trying to look for them sticks, but he's probably about a half a yard shy, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe a yard, but either way, it's going to be 3rd and maybe one, but definitely a feasible goal to cross that line here on the next play.
Yep, they're going to mark him a yard shy of a first down. On the Rocket 47-yard line. Is that correct? Yeah, 47 line.
Yep.
Two receivers just near side, one to the far side.
Neshoba stacking the box. Looks like they got 8 guys in, and they are flooding it.
And JJ's going to get the handoff, but he's going to actually lose yard. There is a flag to this near side. I didn't see any. Our offensive coordinator.
I was going to say, it looks like it might be encroachment. We'll see.
Yep, you're seeing the defenders now argue between each other. That's definitely not what you want to see if you're a Neshoba Central fan. But this should give the Knights a first down.
Encroachment, offsides on the defense. They line up in the neutral zone. Hey,
take it.
Absolutely. You go from 3rd and 1, move them sticks in 5 yards. We'll take it. And he's marching it off, so that is going to be a first down for your Knights.
Put it on the 43-yard line. Just under 6 minutes remain here in the football game. Once again, the Knights are down by 7, 21-14 as we look at the Premier Paint and Body scoreboard.
All right, so the one thing that I'm taking away from all this, no matter what happens over the next 5 minutes and 56 seconds, if you've got a West Lauderdale team that made some mistakes early in the game, they've found a way to overcome it and be in this game.
Right. Parker looks right down the middle, then looks right. He's going deep. He's got Landon Vaughn at the 10, but an incomplete pass.
You've got a defensive back down there stretching out. Looks like he may be cramping up a little bit on him.
You like that play?
I love that play.
I do too.
And again, good pass, good route run, defense, just all around good football you just saw there. And that one play didn't work out for the Knights, but it was there.
Right. These players, a lot of heart tonight. They have been through a lot of emotions over the past 24 hours. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. J.J. Grant gets the handoff, gets into on the 38-yard line, so pick up a 4.
It's going to make it 3rd and 6. And again, we were talking about this, with it being inside of or right at 5.5 minutes left in the game. I don't know that this is a punting situation, no matter what happens on the next play.
Actually, they're going to say you only got 3, so 3rd down, 7. Same formation. Parker hands it off to JJ. JJ gets hit at the line of scrimmage and going to lose about a yard, maybe even more than that. I think he's going to give him up forward progress up to the 40, though.
That's going to get 4th down and 8.
That's tough right here. 4th down and 8. Definitely got to keep the drive going. What you got for 8 yards? They're going to try to take out Busby.
Yeah, the obvious play is the crossing route over the middle, about 12, 15 yards deep. That seems to have been there.
Look out for Wyatt Castle. Wyatt Castle, number 7. He's been hindered by a leg injury, but he's on that far side. There is a stop in action here. Going to be a timeout in Neshoba. We're going to stay here in action, but Wyatt Castle, once again, has been hindered by an injury on his leg. He is a starter receiver for these Knights and just hadn't been able to go full go yet. Look out for him. He's on that football field for a reason.
Yeah, and we know that. Obviously the Knights know that, but you got to know that Neshoba knows that as well. They have the scouting reports. They see the films. They get the same documents, the same stats that we get. There's a reason why he's on the field, but again, you got to know the defense expects that as well.
Just busting my thunder there.
That's all right. Busting my balloon. My bad. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
4:41 remains here in the game.
Been an outstanding game, and again, this is what I was talking about earlier. A couple minutes ago. No matter what happens over the next 4:40. The Knights were down 2 different times by 2 scores. Had a bunch of several mental mistakes in the first half, penalties, merit snaps, putting the ball on the ground, dropping passes, overthrowing. But what you've seen here is them overcome those mistakes. You've seen mental growth in this team.
4th down, 8 to go on the Rocket 40. Parker looks right, throws to J.J. Grant, incomplete pass. He would have had some room to run as well.
A little bit of a high pass. It hit him in the hands, but he had to go up the ladder for it. So turnover on downs. The Rockets are going to take over here on their own 40-yard line. We've asked a lot out of the defense over the last quarter and a half, but one more. You got to have one more.
Mm-hmm. Trying to see how many timeouts the Knights do have. I don't know if they've taken the second half.
Just got an update from across the county over at Northeast. 42-14, Meridian High over them at the end of the third quarter.
Meridian High looking to go 2-0. Northeast dropped to 0-2. And busted play there for Eli Anderson and the Rockets, and they're going to have a 1 yard gain somehow, but he was looking for a running back, and there was nothing there.
Almost looked like he was trying to set up for a jet sweep, and there was nobody sweeping across in front of him. So he takes it on the left side, and again, managed to pick up what looks like a couple of yards.
About a yard and a half, yeah.
Second and 8.5. But again, you got to have it. You've got to have some stops here.
And you got to believe that they're going to take this clock down as far as possible. You can't be content with a one-score ball game. So I know you want to score, but at the same time, you want to be calm as well and not give the Knights a chance to come back and have time on that clock. Eli Anderson, once again, he's got a first down and more. 45-40, crossing the Knights territory, and he's got enough for a first down and more with 3:50 remaining here in the game. That's not a good one.
Yeah, that was tough. He was able to break it on to the outside on our near side of the field, and yeah, that not a backbreaker, not a nail in the coffin, but it stings a lot to see him be able to move the ball down the field like that on that one play.
Once again, first down and then out of bounds stops the clock. So the clock is stopped at 3:50.
They still haven't gotten the play in, and I'm looking at 9 seconds on the play clock.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think they're about to call a timeout.
Going to have to. It's 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, they called the timeout.
All the timeout. We're going to step aside as well. 21-14 on the Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. 3:49 remains here in the game. We'll come back here on Q101.
Are you searching for something new? Then Meridian Community College is the place for you. With over 52 career and technical pathways, you can move straight into the workforce in 2 years or less. Get hands-on experience in welding and electrical technology, or go digital in graphic design and media production. You'll discover many opportunities for a new career at a fraction of the cost. Reskill now. Become essential at Meridian Community College. Register today at meridiancc.edu.
Right. For Eli Anderson. Anderson will hand it off to his running back, Kirkland, and Kirkland will get about 5-yard pickup before being brought down.
All right, so as you know, West Lauderdale has to begin to start thinking about taking their timeouts here on defense as that clock continues to run. Now, inside of 3.5 minutes, brings up second down and 5, as you just said.
Another first down, though, it's going to be really deflating. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Anderson. Second down 5. Anderson hands it off to Kirkland. Kirkland goes that far side, and he does have a first down. Or going to be right there at the sticks. It's going to be close. Anderson believes it's a first down, but
I think they're going to march a little shy. Yeah, third down and about half yard.
It will be. Anderson's calling for a new football. It'll be about a football length away from a first down, third down.
You got to stack the box here. You've got to think that they're not going to put the ball in the air. I mean, you could be surprised. Maybe they will, but, man, every tendency says it's going to be a run.
Third down. And here you go.
Yeah,
third
put it in Kirkland's hand, and he got it.
First down. And that will, as you look at a play clock, as you look at the game clock, it's going to be hard, unless there's a takeaway here.
You've got to get some stops here. They're going to be first and 10 on the Knight 26-yard line. You've got to make them go 3 and out here. You hope that they maybe throw an incomplete passes and preserve a timeout, but no matter what, you've got to start burning the timeouts.
Whatever. First down and 10 from the Knight 26-yard line. Eli Anderson rolls out to his right, going to take it himself, and be dropped for about a 5-yard pickup. You know that the defense is coming in there trying to get that ball loose.
Absolutely. They're going to hold him to probably about a four-yard carry there, so it's going to be 2nd and 6. Did not take a timeout now, so you got a minute and 40.
I can pretty much guarantee if they do get a stop here, timeouts will be huge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But you've got 12 seconds to work with for the Neshoba Central Rockets. You know they're going to take it all the way down as far as they can.
Now, I don't have it marked. We have not taken a timeout tonight.
I do not believe. Second down, 6 to go for the Rockets. Anderson hands it off to Kirkland. And
it looks like they motion. I think it's going to go against the Rockets.
And stops the clock.
Yep. It's going to be a false start against the offense, so that backs it up, makes it go from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 11.
$1:15 remains here in the game. Let's get the Premier Paint Body scoreboard. It shows 21-14.
I know y'all can't see up in the box where we are, but every time he doesn't say the word show, he gives me a grin. He's so proud of himself.
2nd down and 11 from the 27-yard line.
I think it's, the 27 is where they have it.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Anderson. Anderson hands it off to Kirkland. Kirkland's met. Did the ball just go on the ground?
They've got it marked as a fumble. I think they were able to jump on it. Yeah. Neshoba recovers the ball, but immediately West Lauderdale calls a timeout. So now you've got 3rd and 7.
109. How about that? I mean, the chances of that?
Yeah, Neshoba's they've done a great job protecting the ball all night. Haven't put the ball on the ground. Hadn't really come close to throwing an interception. Man, that would have been huge. But still, you've got a great shot of stopping them here. 3rd and 7 with a timeout on the field. West Lauderdale calls their first timeout of the half.
We're going to stay in action here. 109. 21-14. It was 14-7 at half.
But what you've got here is you've got Neshoba Central coming in after basically manhandling Hernando.
And Hernando's a 6A school.
They are
6-4 last year.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad team at all. And they beat them, 38-6, I believe, last week.
They were leading 24-0 at half, and from what I understand, just had their way with it.
Neshoba Central, the defending District 2 5A champs, I believe.
And should have been, what many of the fans would say is should have been going deeper in those playoffs. Of course, lost last year in the playoffs in the 2nd round. But the way their schedule was, but they lost to, we'll get back to that after this play. 3rd down, 6 to go. 2 receivers this near side for Anderson. Anderson hands it off to Kirkland. Kirkland is going to be about a yard shy of a first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1. Do the Knights elect to take their second time out?
They took it immediately. But now you've got to think, what do you do as the head coach for Neshoba Central? Do you take a chance? You've got a field goal kicker who definitely has the leg to put it through the uprights from where they are, and making it a 2-score game this deep into the game with such little time left. It doesn't lock it in, but it makes it very difficult for a comeback.
I'm sorry.
Or our option B, do you keep the offense on the field, try to pick up 2 yards, and that will essentially end the game. You can kneel the game, you can kneel the ball out at that point.
Last year, they lost to Ridgeland by 3 points in the 2nd round of playoffs, so it was a heartbreaker there. But they, that total different team last year. It was all on Jarquez Hunter. This year, just like Brock Clay said in the pregame or the coaches show, I think they're a better team this year because of what they do, because of the way they spread it out. They're still able to run the football.
They're so well-rounded. Mm-hmm. They have a strong running game, but as we've seen tonight, Anderson's able to spread the ball around through the air, got several very, very capable receivers who not only can bring the ball down, but can make plays after contact, after the catch.
If they get this first down, they'll bring out the winning package, the victory formation, I'm pretty sure. But it's 4th down and 1. The Knights defense can hold strong here. 4th down and 1. They're going to hand off. Nope. What do we have?
Who called the timeout?
Flag. Well, there's a penalty flag on the. Did the Knights have too many men on the field?
Surely not.
He's counting the black jerseys.
I believe I do see 12 men on the field right now.
Yes, there's 12 men on the field for West Lauderdale. That will give Neshoba Central a first down, and I would think
they will line up in the victory formation.
Right.
Kneel the ball twice, maybe 3 if West Lauderdale takes their timeout, and it's a tough way to end the game right there. But again, you got to be proud of these guys. They fought so hard.
Right. They're not going to put a victory formation out there. He's going to be in shotgun formation. Oh, I don't know what's up with that.
Timeout.
They're going to take their final timeout. I believe that is their final timeout. We'll stay here in action, but I got to give it up to this team. Whirlwind of emotions over the past 24 plus hours for every one of those in that black jersey, and it's something that you do not ever want a team to go through, a family to go through. But this team has been through a lot these past.
Absolutely,
these past
and you and I were both meeting with the players, meeting with the students this morning, just loving on them, letting them know that we hurt with them, and yes, the loss it stings a little bit on the field, but as these players are well aware of, in the grand scheme of things, it's just a game.
Mm-hmm.
You want to leave everything you have on the field, and these fans are going to go home a little bit disheartened if the score holds up like we expect it to. But again, in the grand scheme of things, a football game is just that. It's a game.
A little different, though, from a 49-14 and a 34-6, as the last 2 seasons have went. And news services has said, no, Neshoba Central was a 3 to 4 point touchdown advantage going into this game. Knight's defense had something else to say. First down and 10 for the Rockets, who will hand it off to Kirkland. He'll get stopped in the backfield. Knights might use a timeout here. They got one left, and they do.
Yep.
53 seconds remain here. Never know what can happen. If you're going to run a play, if you're going to run a play and you got a chance to kneel it out, and you're going to take a chance on fumbled snap.
You got 25 seconds on the play clock.
There is a flag. There's a flag on that far side around the 12-yard line.
They have called? They're waving it off, so there is no penalty there. They're picking it up. But after that loss of yardage, that's going to make it 2nd down and 13, I believe, for Neshoba whenever they come out of this timeout. But again, you gotta kind of wonder why not kneel the ball out? Why take a chance on a bobbled snap, on a mishandled a handoff? Why? Okay, it looks like now they are going to go victory formation. I guess loss of 3 kind of shook them a little bit.
Yep, 2nd down, 13 after that drop of 3. Victory formation for the Rockets.
So they just do not go under center. Even in victory formation, they are kneeling it out.
Wow, that's odd. It's first drop. So it's 45 seconds. First kneel. That's 3rd down.
You got 30 seconds on the play clock, 39. So, yeah, they'll kneel it one more time, take it to 4th down on that. The game will be over at that point. All right, so, yes, we have had a game that's been a little chippy. You have players taking shots at one another, but you got to love what you see in here. Mm-hmm. Handshakes, patting each other on the back, understanding, just mutual respect among the 2 teams. This has been a hard-fought game, and both teams know that and acknowledge it.
That'll be the final play of the game. Knights will fall to 1-1 after a 21-14 loss against the Neshoba Central Rockets, defending 2 5A district champs. So we'll come back with the post-game show. Once again, 21-14 as we look over there to the Premier Paint and Body scoreboard. We'll be back with the post-game show on Q101.